What's up, guys? Furious Pete coming at you guys here in my hotel room here in LA. And I wanted to do a video that everyone's been asking nonstop for the past 2 years. All right, past 2 years I had the question of what's life like with one ball? Can you function? Can you do everything with one ball? Do you need TRT to survive? And do you need that to TRT, meaning do you need testosterone injections when you have one ball? Can you survive without one ball? And the questions keep going and going and going. November just passed. It is currently December 1st, recording this and then uploading it right away, so there's no fluctuations in dates. And it was a month that was all about awareness for male health. So prostate cancer, testicular cancer, men's health, mental issues, and things like that, right? So this is a question that I've been getting a lot, and I've commented back a lot of times, but I figured doing a video about it pretty much solves everything. So it's like if somebody asks a question, I can just link them to this video. So very quickly, 2 years ago, in September 30th of 2014, I had my left testicle removed. I had testicular cancer inside, and had that testicle removed. And a lot of people ask me questions of, hey, did you put something in replacement? Because you can. There is that option of putting a synthetic testicle, synthetic ball inside. Also, everything I'm talking about here is 100% serious. So there are probably sometimes some jokes that can be made about balls and things like that, but this is 100% serious. I hopefully you guys keep it serious and take it seriously, all right? So I'm gonna be totally transparent with every single detail, okay? So had one ball removed, wasn't really asked the question, hey, do you want something in replacement for that one testicle that is getting removed? And so I had the surgery, and that was it. Later on, I was told that they can insert something if I want something. But I guess at that point, I was okay. I was comfortable with only having one testicle down there. At the start, after my surgery, there was a lot of loose skin, and I had a lot of chafing down there. There was a lot of there was just a lot of chafing, a lot of loose skin, and it was just moving around because at the end of the day, you only have one ball now, and then what was there before was, just excess skin, and that's what's there now, right? So just excess skin, and it took a little while for that to kind of tighten up and not cause irritation anymore, right? At the start, my testosterone levels were much lower. What happens, to put it very simply, is your other testicle, when it becomes solo, when it's alone, when it doesn't have its brother anymore, it starts powering hard. It starts overproducing, or just starts producing for two now. So your other testicle actually takes over and becomes what I like to call a Super Bowl. And that Super Bowl starts producing more testosterone, starts producing a lot more semen, starts producing everything that the other ball would have produced. And as a result, your testosterone levels actually level out to a point that is almost normal, almost the same amount as a person with two testicles would have. So at the start, when I had my surgery, my testosterone levels dropped. But as my skin started tightening and there was no more loose skin, that's when my testosterone levels kind of started increasing. So it took probably like 4 months for my testosterone levels to bounce back to normal. And they've remained normal since. So the question that I've constantly gotten, which is totally fine, and people can then question and make their own assumptions as they want to, was that I got testosterone TRT from a doctor as a result of having only one testicle, and that is not the case. Didn't need it, haven't needed it, and I've been totally fine. Let's keep continuing the questions. How are loads? How are your loads after this? How is everything after this? How does everything look? Are you able to produce as much semen as you did before? I'm pretty sure things are almost at the same level as they used to be. And that is the truth. They're almost the same levels as they used to be. I had radiation last year, and I have, this is a story that happened, was that usually when you go to a sperm bank, because that's what you do before radiation for testicular cancer, you want to make sure that you have a couple sperm, some kids frozen just in case things, too much radiation gets in there and it kind of kills all your sperm, right? So you want to make sure that you freeze something up. So when I went to the sperm bank, they told me that I would have to come back at least twice, because they won't be able to get enough from the first extraction in order to freeze them for an extended period of time, which was 10 tubes. I went once, and I only had to go once. They got exactly what they needed after one trial, after one session, I should say. So that pretty much says that yes, things do go back to normal. Your super nut, your super ball, produces enough. It produces enough. In regards to everything else, your ability to try to be professional with all these words, but I guess sometimes it's not so easy, right? Sometimes you just have to say, like, your ability to become, I don't want to say horny, but aroused. I guess that is the more formal way of putting it. So your ability to become aroused, that has not changed. That has not changed. I still feel like a 21-year-old or an 18-year-old when it comes to that. And so that has not changed. So those are like the main questions that I got in regards to life with one testicle. Over the years, the past 2 years, I've managed to do some good transformations. I've managed to, keep strength, although there were some setbacks from injuries and radiation and things like that, mostly fatigue and not being able to train. My strength levels have still been pretty good overall. Always want to get stronger, but you got to make do with what you have. So I'm not complaining. Things have been pretty on point. Is there sometimes struggles mentally looking down there to see what's going on? Yes, sometimes there is. Sometimes you ask yourself, shit, why did that happen to me? Or like, damn, I only have one ball. Does that make me a man? Like, sometimes that the thought goes through your head. Along with that, I have to admit, every single time I go to the washroom to take a piss, to urinate, I feel my ball, my only ball that I have there, right? And I feel it. I want to make sure there's no bumps, no nothing, no issues down there. Every single time. There's never a time where I don't check. It's become a habit of mine. It's a good habit, but it's become this habit of mine that always happens. And if I don't do it, I feel like I forgot to do it, or like, oh, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing that I didn't do it. So those are the kind of habits that I have. And like, to be honest, there are some benefits in the sense that, somebody's trying to kick me in the nuts. There's a 50% chance they're not gonna hit them, or hit it. Yeah, hit it. So there's that. There's also, when you're putting on underwear and everything like that, sometimes it's a little bit easier to put the package in there. And I'm trying to think of, obviously there are, it's not good for this to happen to anyone, but when it does happen, it's not the end of the world. You can still survive. You can still have a physical lifestyle. You can still have a sexual lifestyle, and you can still be a-okay. So if you guys have any other questions in regards to this, I will be more than happy to comment down below. Even make another video if that is what is requested. But I wanted to just give my 2 cents, as throughout this month, you know, it's talked about a lot, and I just wanted to give my feedback on everything, and hopefully you guys kind of not, you know, make jokes about, you know, one ball and everything throughout this, because I wanted to keep this as serious as possible, and hopefully you guys treat it as serious as possible, because if you're a male watching, it could happen to you, and then it becomes, you know, it's not so funny anymore, right? So thank you again for watching. Share this with your friends if they are going through some issues or anything like that. Until next time, I'm Furious Pete. You guys stay sexy, stay hungry, get gains, and get laid.